Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode. Today, we're diving into a hot topic that's been getting a lot of attention lately. Astounding prophecies by an American prophet, Brandon Biggs. Over the past few weeks, he's released a series of videos covering everything from Trump's assassination attempt to a financial crisis, and even a new pandemic virus. So today, we're going to take a close look at his recent predictions and break them all down for you. Plus, we'll keep an eye on his future updates as well. Brandon Biggs is a pastor from the United States, part of the Jehovah's Witnesses Church. He's gained a lot of attention recently for his accurate predictions and has become quite the sensation on social media and in the prophecy community. Biggs claims to have had the ability to see the future since he was a child, but only started sharing his visions publicly in recent years. It's important to note that Biggs isn't a traditional prophet. He's a regular church pastor and also very active in charity work. His followers describe him as humble and never trying to profit from his prophetic gifts. He often says that these prophecies, including the visions he's had, are messages from God and not due to any special power he possesses. So let's go over some of his most recent predictions. One of the most famous ones happened during an online interview on March 14th of this year. Biggs described a vision he had of an assassination attempt on Trump. He said he saw a bullet flying past Trump's ear, so close it ruptured his eardrum. But miraculously, the bullet didn't cause a fatal injury. Fast forward to July 13th, almost 4 months later, and this prophecy came true. At a rally in Pennsylvania, Trump was indeed shot, and the bullet grazed his right ear, just like Biggs had predicted. Of course, Trump survived and wasn't in any danger of dying. Interestingly, Biggs also predicted how Trump would react after the attack, saying Trump would kneel and thank God, and his faith would become stronger. After being released from the hospital, Trump's first public speech did indeed show a deep reliance on his faith, expressing gratitude to God. So, that part of Biggs' prophecy came true as well. Then there's Biggs' prediction about the 2024 election. He believes Trump will win by a landslide with more than 300 electoral votes, and he'll have overwhelming support across the country. Biggs even said he saw a vision of Trump standing on the White House lawn with a sea of red behind him, symbolizing the support from most states. We all know red is the color of the Republican Party. He also warned that this election would be the most controversial in U.S. history and could spark protests and unrest nationwide. We've already seen some protests and marches, starting in cities like Chicago, though they don't seem to have had a big impact just yet. Next up, Biggs predicted a major financial crisis during Trump's next term, saying that it will be even worse than the Great Depression of 1929. He described seeing chaos on Wall Street and the stock market crashing like a kite with its string cut. He even claimed to see a vision of Trump crying and praying in the Oval Office for the American people, overcome with stress. While Biggs didn't give a specific date for when this financial crisis will happen, we can estimate it might occur between 2025 and 2028, Trump's next term. Biggs warned this crisis would lead to massive unemployment and social unrest and could last for several years. So if it hits around 2025, it might last for 2 or 3 years, covering most of Trump's next term. Whether it will happen remains to be seen, but we should definitely keep an eye on it. Just 12 hours ago, Biggs released another significant prophecy about a new pandemic virus. He claims that during Trump's next term, a new virus will emerge that will make COVID-19 look mild in comparison. According to Biggs, this virus will break out in the spring, and Trump will announce a nationwide lockdown on TV, grounding all flights international and domestic. Biggs described seeing Trump in the Oval Office, reading a statement with a trembling voice, clearly realizing how serious the situation is. This new virus, according to Biggs, will primarily target obese people and those with obesity-related conditions, like diabetes and high blood pressure. He predicted at least 350 million people will die from this virus, and it will first spread in Europe, especially in the UK and France. He also said this pandemic will drastically change our way of life, with cities becoming ghost towns and people being forced to stay home for long periods. The global economy will take a huge hit. Biggs has mentioned in previous videos that God told him to lose weight as quickly as possible, which is interesting considering that many public figures and powerful people have recently lost a lot of weight. Perhaps they've received some early information about this. Based on all of Biggs' prophecies, it seems like these events could unfold between 2025 and 2028, during Trump's next term. Biggs emphasized that while he can see these events, the exact timing is often unclear. But given how accurately he predicted Trump's assassination attempt, we should take his predictions about the financial crisis and the new pandemic seriously. It's probably a good idea to start preparing now things like emergency food, water, and masks, just in case. If Biggs' prophecies do come true, I hope we can all stay safe and weather these crises together. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe.